Hi, my name is Nigel Henry and I'm going to do a presentation about two-round voting. And this presentation followed an article that I wrote in the Trinidad Express. It was the first and for a long time the only article from an independent person not aligned to the government in support of the system of two-round voting. And many persons asked me about it and said the article was very technical and said I should have broken it down a little bit more. So that's the purpose of this presentation. I'm going to talk about the why and the what of two-round system voting. In other words, the principle and then the actual rules of the system. Then I'm going to place in a subsequent presentation, I'm going to place the two-round system in a global context. And then in yet another presentation, I'll talk about how it applies to Trinidad and Tobago and some likely election results from the new system. Just to get it out of the way, who am I? I'm a data scientist and a pollster. I've been working in political data for quite a while. For example, I was on the Obama for America analytics team. And I'm not a supporter of the People's Partnership, and I've not been commissioned by the government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago to do this presentation or any other presentation. And I actually have worked in runoff campaigns in cities in the United States. So I come both from somebody having the experience, but then maybe having a little bit of bias, being happy with the system. So let's look at an actual real life situation about how people make decisions. Suppose we had a group of people who wanted to find the best day for an event or something that they were having. We start with the first guy who says he likes Monday, but if it has to be on the weekend, he's going to prefer Saturday and really does not want Sunday. So I'll put him in the Monday column, and just so that I will remember that he does not like Sunday, but Saturday is okay, I'll put an X for Sunday and okay for Saturday. The next guy likes Tuesday the best, but if on the weekend, Saturday is okay, but does not like Sunday. So let's note that as well. The third guy likes Wednesday. He'll settle for Saturday but does not like Sunday. And then you guessed it, two more who like Thursday and Friday, satisfied with Saturday but does not like Sunday. Then there are two guys who only want Sunday. Well, what's the best day? One option is to choose Sunday, because after all, two people preferred Sunday. That was the most of any day. Or another option is Saturday. After all, 5 people would be happy or satisfied with Saturday, while 2 would not be. So Sunday will get 2 people with the day that they want and 5 people with the day that they do not want. And Saturday, one could say, is a consensus day, because 5 people get a day that they could be satisfied with, and only 2 people don't want that result. But this goes to the actual definition. What is democracy? Well, let's say a result is more democratic if more people are happy under that result than under another result. So in this example, first past the post would produce the results of Sunday, because more people voted for Sunday than they did any other day. But what kind of system can we use to estimate the combined will of the people as Saturday? Well, because it can be really complicated and people could have third and fourth preferences, what happens when you have people with equal preferences for a particular candidate? There are different ways to get this estimate. But 2 such systems that work with this kind of thing are the alternative vote system and the two-round system, which we're going to talk about here. Suppose we had an electorate with 12 people, 5 who like candidate A, 4 who like candidate B, and 3 who like candidate C. They get to vote in a first round. The first past the post system will elect candidate A with 5 votes, but 5 people like candidate A, and 7 people, that's more, liked another candidate. Suppose, instead of using the first past the post system, we voted a second round, where only candidate A and candidate B were on the ballot in the second round. If all the electors who voted for candidate A did so again in the second round, and all the electors who voted for candidate B did so again in the second round, but 2 electors who voted for candidate C then vote for candidate B in the second round, and the 3rd elector who voted for candidate C in the first round does not vote in the second round, then we have a majority of voters who turned out, that's 6, vote and elect candidate B compared to 5 who voted for candidate A. In this round, under this system, we have 6 persons who are satisfied with the result against 6 who are not satisfied. This is a more democratic result given our definition of democracy, because 6 persons are satisfied with 6 unsatisfied in this 2-round system compared to the 1-round system, or the first past the post system, in which 5 were happy and 7 were unsatisfied. Most people who have been critical really focus in on the third-party supporters. But let's look at those rights and the circumstances of the third-party supporters under the first past the post system and then the 2-round system. In the first past the post system, everyone, including the supporters of candidate C, can vote for a candidate of their choice one time. But that candidate is not elected if you are a supporter of candidate C. In the 2-round system, once again, your candidate, candidate C, you have the option to vote for that candidate one time. And that candidate is not elected. So far, you have lost nothing. You have the same number of rights under the 2-round system than you would have in the first past the post system. But on top of these rights that you have, you're given yet another right. A right to choose the lesser of 2 evils. Or you can choose not to vote again. You're given this yet another option without taking away any of the options that you previously had. What we talked about today are the principles and the rules of the 2-round voting system. In subsequent presentations, we'll position the 2-round voting system in a global context and talk about the likely results in terms of when it's applied to Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you very much.